Here's 9 mistakes to avoid in fantasy football this year. Let's get it. Number 1, relying on straight rankings versus having tiers. Good example is Darren Waller is going as a tight end 5 and TJ Hawkinson is going as a tight end 6. But just because Darren Waller gets drafted doesn't mean you have to jump on TJ Hawkinson. Why? Because there's a big gap between where Darren Waller and TJ Hawkinson go overall in drafts. So having tiers is better. Number 2, not budging from your draft strategy. You need to play the board. If you want to go 0 running back or 0 wide receiver or anchor running back or pound the running backs, that's fine in the beginning, but you have to play the board as it comes to you. Draft value, don't just stick to a draft strategy when guys are falling to you in drafts. Number 3, wasting fab, waiver wire money, or your waiver position. Understand why a guy had a good week. Is he winning the job? Or did he just have like 2 catches and a touchdown and he had a lot of fantasy points? There was a good example of Malik Turner, who was a Cowboys wide receiver last year. He had a great week 9 and week 10. He was like the wide receiver like 90 or something like that. He didn't win the job. He just had a fluke week. Number 4, not pivoting off your rosters for waivers. You might think you have the best roster in the league, but you should always be trying to be aggressive on the waiver wire. Why? Because guys like Rashad Penny and Patterson and Freiermuth went off last year. Renfro as well. Make moves on the waiver wire despite if you're the best team in the league with the best roster. Number 5, not utilizing your IR to the max. On a Sunday, if your league permits it and you got guys listed as out and you can put them on the IR, do that. And then throw a dart on the waiver wire, because if you hit it, you might have beat the waiver wire rush that next week. Use your IR slots every single week if you can. Number 6, not having your lineup prepared for a curveball. Don't put guys in the flex position that are going to play on Thursdays. And if you are going to play a Monday night player, have a backup just in case. 7, throwing in the towel too early. If you go on a big win streak, you won 5 in a row, it could mean that the other guys in your division went on a big losing streak. For example, last year I had a team that started 2-5. I went on a big winning streak, I made the playoffs, and I went all the way to the finals and lost, but I won some money. And whatever that last word is, I'm not redoing it, it was money. Number 8, overreacting too early. Last year, guys like Najee Harris, who was a rookie, and Jalen Waddle, who was a rookie, the first 2 weeks weren't super hot, but they finished the season very well. Sometimes it takes the rookies a little bit to adjust to the league, and that goes for some other players as well. So don't overreact week 1 or 2 to guys that are underperforming. Have some patience. And number 9, focusing on winning all trades. The number 1 thing you should focus on is making your team better and more competitive. Doesn't mean blow values, but don't focus on just winning every trade. Focus on making your team the best it can be.